High on a Galilean hillside, Jesus of Nazareth is concluding a sermon that has captivated a massive, diverse crowd. His final warnings target the religious insiders, the experts who have mastered the art of looking holy to the public. He describes a culture of performative religion, where outward displays of piety serve as a mask for internal corruption. Jesus tells the crowd that religious garments and public rituals mean nothing if a person's heart remains unchanged. This focus on religious aesthetics can create a sense of false security, masking a lack of actual spiritual substance. To show how this works, Jesus points to the way people judge one another. Performative religion often uses the public critique of someone else's minor flaws to elevate the critic's own status. He uses an absurd hyperbole, a man offering to extract a tiny speck of sawdust from his neighbor's eye while ignoring a massive wooden plank protruding from his own. The plank represents a judgmental attitude. This arrogance physically obstructs the view, making it impossible to see spiritual reality clearly. Before offering correction to others, Jesus requires a different step. Honest, severe self-examination must happen first. Judging others while ignoring one's own character creates a state of blindness that prevents a person from being helpful to their community. The focus then shifts from evaluating peers to evaluating spiritual leaders, with a warning to beware of false prophets. These figures disguise themselves in sheep's clothing to blend into the community, hiding predatory motives beneath the wool. In the first century, this warning described an established religious elite. They held immense institutional power, yet their external piety often masked unethical behavior. Jesus tells his followers to act as fruit inspectors. Instead of deferring to titles or institutional status, the community must evaluate leaders by the visible ethical outcomes of their actual lives. A leader's status is irrelevant if the fruit of their life reveals a nature that damages the people they serve. These warnings conclude by moving from the present day to a scene at the end of time. Jesus describes a group of religious performers approaching God. They list off an impressive resume, citing the prophecies they delivered and the miracles they performed in His name. But they receive a definitive response: "I never knew you. Away from me." These individuals possessed correct terminology and public achievements, but they lacked any actual relational obedience to God's will. Public religious success cannot substitute for the quiet, private obedience required by a genuine relationship with Christ. To summarize the entire message, Jesus tells a story about two builders. Both men heard the exact same words. Both built houses that looked identical from a distance. The foolish builder prioritized speed, resting his house on shifting sand. This represents someone who hears the teachings, but doesn't put them into practice. The wise builder takes on the grueling work of excavating. He digs through loose soil to anchor his house into solid bedrock, an act of actual obedience. Then the storm arrives. The force of the floodwaters strips away the exterior facade and tests the hidden integrity of the foundation. This parable defines faith as the steady, often invisible work of putting these instructions into practice, regardless of who is watching.